Hi friends, welcome back to Pod Plays. So I'm doing my laundry, which should be done in about half an hour, so I'm hoping that the people who are using the dryers right now will be done by then. But until then, I thought it would be nice to fit in a little round of Would You Rather once again. Last time we went for an hour, which was rather long for such a small and simple game, so I figured let's try half an hour and see how that plays out. Maybe we'll do it that way from now on. So here we are, let's just get right into it. So, would you rather take amazing selfies but all of your other pictures are horrible, or take breathtaking photographs of anything but yourself? I mean, obviously, it took me 2 years to put my face on YouTube, so I don't care about my face all that much, in terms of getting it out there. For me, it's more about like the action figures I'm reviewing on my Pod Plays, on my player display channel, link in the description of course, and yeah, I also love taking pictures of nature, architecture, things like that, just with my phone, nothing fancy at all. But yeah, I don't care about pictures of myself, never have, never will, so yeah, I'll be fine. And whenever I do take pictures of myself, I'm usually wearing a mask or something, so it really is not significant to me. Moving on, would you rather live somewhere really cold forever or somewhere really hot? Cold. Always been a cold guy, always preferred the cold. Yeah, the sweltering heat, not good for me, not good for my body, so forget about that one. Would you rather have no elbows or have no knees? So, would you still have the corresponding limbs? So if you had no elbows, then you'd still have an arm, but it would be like a noodle arm, like in Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets when what was that dude's name? But he used a spell on Harry's arm and it went all limp. Sorry, Potterheads, I totally don't remember the guy's name. Lockhart, was it? I don't remember. But yeah, you'd still have your limb, but it'd be all floppy-doppy. It wouldn't be movable. I mean, it would be bendy and twisty and all that, but basically, I'm not going to be able to use my hands properly, or I'm not going to be able to use my feet properly. I either can't use my hands or I can't walk. Again, we kind of talked about this on a previous question, I can't remember which. Above all other things, I want to preserve my hands, because I love building, I love typing, I love writing. I could never let that go. If I'm wheelchair bound and I can't walk, fine, but I gotta have my digits on my little hands here to use. 50 streak, yay, who cares? Okay, pretty even balance, yeah. It depends on what you prioritize in life. It could go either way. I'm also updating Steam right now. Well, I'm updating Steam. Steam wants to update, so if we get a little pop-up, then I'm sorry about that. I'll just have to skim over that later. Would you rather have to publicly share your search history, which I clear, like, periodically anyways, or share your camera roll? Neither of these are bad, honestly. Well, my search history is usually nothing, and I clear it just because I'm a clean freak. I just don't like having search history, and I don't like being traced. I mean, down here I got my Brave browser, which kills all ads and trackers and stuff like that. Not sponsored or nothing. No one sponsors me. But I live in a world where I don't like the computer knowing what I like. So, I mean, not that I have anything incriminating on my camera roll either, but there's no search history, so I guess I'd rather just go with that. Yeah, it depends on who you are and what you got. I mean, I got nothing in either department, really, so that's fine. Would you rather be an incredibly fast swimmer or an incredibly fast runner? Pardon me. How often are you swimming? How often are you by the water? Again, it's kind of a circumstantial thing. Like if you're by the coast or something, or you're landlocked. I mean, not landlocked necessarily. That would be the opposite argument. But if you're by the coast, this would be really useful. But if you are landlocked, this is a totally useless skill. But incredibly fast runner, you can cover all the land you want. You don't need a car. You're basically the Flash, or Superman, preferably, in my case. But yeah, I prefer running. That just seems a lot more useful. You could run on water. Pull a Jesus, why not? Would you rather make twice as much money, sounds good, as you already do for the next 10 years, alright, so it stops eventually, or have all the money you've already spent in your life back? That's fascinating. Huh. So we gotta think about basic maths here. So make twice as much money as you're making currently for the next 10 years. That's a double-edged sword, so you're definitely getting that money. That technically means you don't work. You don't have to work if you don't want to, and the money's gonna roll in. But you can't get a raise, because it's at a fixed rate. However, on the other side of the coin, no pun intended with currency and all that, haha, really funny, I know, have all the money you've already spent in your life back. How much money have I spent? Probably several thousand. Can't imagine much. You spend like quarters, dollars as a kid, and then I guess you start spending more. I'd say I started spending like significant money towards the tail end of high school. That seems about right. And then a little more in college, and definitely more in my adult life, but not a lot more. So I think if we're just focusing on the money point alone and excluding the psychology of not working for 10 years, and just focusing on the monetary value, I think making twice as much money as I'm currently making right now without needing to work, because it doesn't say you're working at all, for the next 10 years, despite not even getting a raise, that's workable. You could work with that, as long as you don't mind the fact that you're not going to elevate at all. Unless you want to hustle off to the side and make additional on top of what you're getting, but I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to read it. I figured an even split. Okay. Would you rather only have 1,000 steps left before you die? Ooh, well, there's workarounds. Or only have 1,000 words left before you die. Holy shit. So walk to death, or speak to death, or write to death. And as I said, I love writing a lot, so that's a big deal. I love walking, but I love writing and speaking more. Look what I'm doing right now. I'm not making a single step, and I'm talking a lot. This is the type of content I like to produce. So, both of these are terrible situations, and you're going to punch out sooner than you're expecting, no matter the case. At least you can get around walking. Like, you can get an Uber, you can get a jetpack, I don't know. There's different ways to do it. But words left, that's more dangerous, because you can't write and you can't speak. And I love doing both. Well, writing. I don't like talking much. Well, I guess on YouTube I do. YouTube's been a big change for me. But, yeah, I'm gonna go with steps. I feel like there's more workarounds there. Okay. Yeah, that's a tough one. You could be mute. You could be like Claude Speed from GTA 3 and just never utter a word for as long as you live. So, I don't know. There's ways to do it, I guess. Would you rather be thrown naked into a pit of deadly scorpions, or sent into the space without enough oxygen? Whew. Okay, so you die either way. Sent into space without enough oxygen. So, would you rather suffocate, or... I don't know what the effects of scorpion venom are, though. I think that would result in cardiac arrest. Well, I guess either of these could. Alright, so let's assume in both situations, you're probably going to suffer from cardiac arrest eventually. So would you prefer to suffer cardiac arrest through painful stinging all over your body, because you're definitely going to piss off the scorpions if you're just being thrown right into the pit, or would you rather be thrown into the infinite vacuum of space where you're going to freeze up and potentially go numb if you're lucky? I'm going to opt for space. And at least I can die knowing I'm one of the few people who went into space. So that's pretty cool. Although being thrown into a pit of scorpions, that sounds pretty metal as well. But yeah, I don't know what the logic is for anyone else out there, but that's my take on it. Another money one. Win $100 million, or know what happens after we die. Whoa. So... you can either live an awesome life, or you can prepare for the afterlife. Now, one of these things has a certainty. You ask for $100 million, you get $100 million. You do whatever you want, you pay off all your debts, you get a nice home, you get all the action figures you want, at least I would. So you would be living safely. Then there's the psychology of, like, what would you become when you suddenly fall into such good fortune? That's aside from the point here, but this is a definite. You get that money. But if you know what happens after we die, that is kind of a roulette wheel. Like, it could say, hey, you go to heaven, you'll be fine, and that's great. And then you live your life, hopefully still being a decent person in anticipation for that fate. Or it could say, haha, lights out, no more, that's it. You know, the Brian Griffin way of putting it. I'm not going to delve too deep into the different religious perspectives on the afterlife here, because that's not what this channel's for. That's what my Nightwatcher 66 channel's for. But, now which would I prefer here? Again, I just posted a video on Nightwatcher 66 today. I took a tour of my favorite cemetery. And one of the things I said is I don't feel like in life we're meant to know what happens after we die. I feel like there's some questions that we as a human mortal species probably don't want answered. I feel like it could cause more damage than it could cause good, personally. I mean, that's my personal analysis. I mean, anyone who's answering this question could answer differently. But if I have the money, I just have to promise myself that I stay humble, that I maintain my morals. And, you know, it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. But at least I can make this life, that was a notification, not my timer, at least I can make this life as good as I could possibly make it, not just for myself, but for other people. And honestly, it's so much money, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I'd probably still be living pretty small. Like, I don't want a mansion. I couldn't see myself ever living in a huge place or anything like that. So that kind of grandire's not my lifestyle. I prefer my apartment over a mansion, honestly. But then again, I say that now. But, yeah, I guess either of these are kind of random chance. You really don't know until you get it what's going to happen to you. So, I feel like there's more possibilities with the money. I think there's more danger in knowing an absolute truth. So I'm going to opt for the mystery of the 100 mil. And yeah, it looks like most people agree. I mean, there's valid points on either side, as I've just discussed. Ha! Harry Potter question. Funny, I just mentioned Harry Potter, didn't I? Yeah. Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw, the two lesser houses of Hogwarts. I know more about Gryffindor and Slytherin. I'm not a Potterhead necessarily. I enjoy the movies, but that's as far as I go. And I read 2.5 of the books, so I'm not like a pure Harry Potter fan or whatever you'd call me. So I really don't know about either of these houses. Ravenclaw is, again, just based on what I know in the movies, Ravenclaw is just a little bit more present than Hufflepuff ever is. So, and I don't know what the psychology behind each of these houses is. Like, I know that Gryffindor is more noble, it's more honorable, and then Slytherin is more, you know, just kick ass, smoke grass, do what you gotta do to make yourself happy and succeed. Yeah, I don't know, Ravenclaw sounds cooler. I'm just going by that metric. It's pretty split, yeah, overall. Slight edge to Ravenclaw over there. Which house would you choose? Let me know in the comments. Would you rather eat white chocolate or dark? I love dark chocolate, more than milk chocolate. Yeah, I know some people really hate dark chocolate as well, so, again, it depends on who's answering the damn question. Would you rather eat fries with Nutella? I'm trying to picture that in my head, because I'm a foodie, I like trying new things, you never know, it could be great. Or a chocolate, honey, and cheese sandwich. Alright, so neither of these are typical. I feel like this is one of those things that somebody definitely does out there, but it's one of those, like, little, hey, fun fact about me. You know, it's like something that they keep in the back pocket. If they need a conversation starter, they whip it out like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and they're like, hey, you deal with this new fact about me and figure it out. As for the other one, that is so obscure. I don't know if that has been done, if anyone's ever thought of that. Well, at least one person has to write this question. Let me think about this. A chocolate, honey, and cheese sandwich. See, when I read this, I'm thinking like almost a cheesecake, but the layers are more distinct. It's not blended in. Because as a cheesecake, if you blend this all together, that might actually be pretty good. Alright, I'm more curious about this one, so I'm gonna go with that. I feel like you could think what it's like to try fries with Nutella. I'm in the minority here. Yeah, I feel like this might taste better, though, depending on how it's presented. Because it doesn't say that there's bread involved, so I don't know what it would look like, but I'm more curious about that one. So we're going to go with the crazy-ass sandwich we got. Teacher or student? See, I'm a philosophy major. This is kind of a trick question. When you're a philosophy major or teacher, you're always a student. You're always learning. Well, that's what a good teacher should be thinking to themselves that they're always open to learn and take in more knowledge. So this is because I'm a much more philosophical reader of this question. I say if I'm strictly a teacher, I'm not allowing the greater knowledge to flow into me. But then again, I love teaching as well. I do teach off to the side. I have like a few writers groups that I'm in. I lead a writers group, so I love the teaching aspect. Damn. So the thing is, a teacher can be a student, and a student can also be a teacher. But, okay, you know what? Strip away the philosophy here. If I had to choose one as a profession, well, one's a profession and one is kind of its own bucket, I guess. Yeah, next step, I'd rather be a teacher. I've always wanted to be a teacher. Wow, really split. Yeah, I mean, I feel like in academia, I don't think I'd want to be a student anymore, like the homework, the tests, and the studying. I got all that. I'm good. I won my plaque. I'm fine. But yeah, a teacher would be a great next level. I just wish that the environment weren't shrinking and competitive and dying right now. So it's an unfortunate fact of life. Would you rather have a fly buzzing in your ear while you're trying to sleep? It doesn't specify for how long or how loud. Or a mosquito silently biting you everywhere. Oh, no, I don't want a mosquito biting me at all. And the fly thing, again, it doesn't specify for how long. It could be for 5 minutes, could be for 5 days. At least you're not going to be harmed. But you know, for a mosquito, you're losing blood, maybe you're getting some diseases, you got those little itchy bumps all over you, and it says everywhere, on every single part of your body. Let's not even think about that any further. I'm going with the fly. Yeah, that's a no-brainer for me. Would you rather catch your... Oh no. Ugh. Both are awful. This is checkmate. Doing what, though? I don't say what they're doing. Maybe they're playing a fun game of Frisbee. Just in the backyard. Just because they want to have some fun, get some exercise in there. And you know what? Knowing my grandparents, I like to see them enjoy themselves. I want to see my grandparents play a nice game of Frisbee. It doesn't say what they're doing. Doing it, that can mean literally anything. So I'm like, you know what, grandparents? Go out there, have some fun. Throw the Frisbee around. You know, enjoy yourselves like you're little children again. You know, you deserve a nice little experience. You see, I turned this into such a humble little thing, right? Yeah, have some fun, grandparents. Enjoy yourselves. You know, go get some sunshine. Would you rather, I amuse myself, would you rather live in a world where Pokemon are real, or in a world where magic exists? So basically, would you rather live in a world where the fauna, right? Not the flora. No, flora is flower, then fauna is animal. And fawn, yeah, animal. Live in a world where animals have the power, or live in a world where you have the power. I'm selfish. I'd prefer to have the power myself. But both are cool. I like both. And also, if Pokemon are real, does that imply that all the animals that we know now are gone? I mean, that's a whole other predicament. Over here, this is a little bit more straightforward. In a world where magic exists, and you could potentially have access to that magic. And there's so many possibilities with that, so let's just move on from that. Would you rather play in your favorite cup final of your favorite sport? Wow! Can't you tell by my face and tone how enthusiastic I am about the coveted pastime that is sports? Can't wait. Or play a Quidditch match. It's as if my computer's listening to me. It knows all the goddamn Harry Potter crap and everything I'm saying. Quidditch is wicked dangerous. Stupidly dangerous. And I know we just answered the other question that says that we have magic, but these questions are removed from each other. Because you answered one question a certain way doesn't mean that that truth is going to carry to the next. So I'm a basic muggle, right? And I'm thrown into a Quidditch match, and I'm on a flying broom. I'm dead. I'm breaking something, and it's not going to be fun. But meanwhile, playing the World Cup final of your favorite sport. Now, sports is a broad term. It doesn't necessarily have to be baseball or football or all the stuff that I love so much. Like, I don't know, chess is kind of considered a sport to an extent. I suck at chess, but I like playing it. Although there would be a lot of embarrassment. So, well, no matter which way I twist it, would I rather play a safer sport knowing that I'll be safe, but I'll probably embarrass myself. Or would I go play Quidditch and just die instantaneously? I'd prefer embarrassment. I could shake that off, and maybe I'll win, I don't know, but yeah, just more choices there. Quidditch, you're dead, forget about it. Would you rather make a decision that benefits you but harms others, or one that benefits others but harms you? Ooh, one of those morality questions, these are always fun. I wish it was more specific, like what decision is it, right? So, and then a question that harms you. So when it says harms, it doesn't necessarily mean physical harm. Maybe it hurts people economically. Like, let's say maybe, oh, I want to get a lot of money. Then, well, in the real world, that's how it would work. If you get a lot of money, a lot of other people will get less money. That would equate to harming others. On the other side, you could say, oh, I want to give people a lot of money, but then you'll have less money. So let's reduce it to that. Would I rather give money or give money to others or take money from others? I guess is the best way to do it. So am I robber or am I charity? I kind of just oversimplified this whole question. Or harms you. It doesn't even have to be that huge of a thing. It could just be a little morsel of something. Yeah, and when it says others, and it's not saying the whole planet, it could just be 2 or 3 people that you're selecting that you want to help out. Like, and again, if we're thinking about this from a financial perspective, yeah, I'd want to help out people who are close to me to the best of my ability, but I wouldn't want to ask someone to give money to me. I'd rather earn my own way, and worst case, if I had to splurge to help people out, the people that are closest to me, then I'd do that. Then again, if I had $100 million, like one of the previous questions, things might be different. Wow, people are selfish here. Again, depends on the psychology, I guess. Would you rather make love to someone who cries, which bothers you, every time they have an orgasm, or who curses you during sex? I don't know, that could be kinky, sure. I'm gonna skip past the sex ones a little fast if I can, but it gives us some variety, so... Oh, this one's a little bit more restrained. Would you rather never find love or never again be able to have a sexual relationship? We kind of went over this. Like, there was a question that said, would you rather be infertile or something else? Sex is not a priority of mine. I mean, if it's there, cool, but TMI. But here we are. That's the nature of the game, right? So, yeah, love is important to me. I'd love to find love one day. Sex stuff, that's low priority. Moving on. Wait a minute! Alright. Is this game joshing me? I think it knows what questions I like and what questions I don't like. Would you rather use handcuffs or riding crop during sex? Now, when it says use handcuffs, it doesn't imply anything sexual at all. It just is using handcuffs. For what occasion? Maybe I have a handcuff accessory for my action figures. Maybe Batman has just arrested a bad guy, and now he's on his knees, and he handcuffs him, now he's delivering him to the Gotham City Police Department. I'd love an accessory pack for my action figures, so I'm gonna go with that. That sounds fantastic. Sounds like fun. I can't wait to include that into my dioramas. Perfect. Would you rather tell someone that their new baby's ugly? Oh, hell yeah! That sounds amazing! I'd love to do that. Or tell someone that their new spouse is ugly. Ooh. Oh, both of these get me a little bit excited. Oh man. Tell someone, anyone, that their baby is ugly. Now, who are you telling? Like, is it a friend? Is it a stranger? Is it someone you hate? Now, it doesn't specify, so I assume that means you can choose who that person is. Huh. There is one person I have in mind. I'd love to ruin their day by saying that the person that they are romantically involved with is ugly as a skunk in tar. Alright, a little revenge in there. Alright, that works. That helps to solve the question there. Would you rather only eat stuffing for the rest of your life? It sounds like that'd be nice for 5 minutes. That'd be awful. Or only drink gravy for the rest of your life. So, you're only eating stuffing, but you can drink other things off to the side. So, I can eat stuffing once in a while, but everything I drink can be a smoothie, right? I can still have fruit smoothies. I can still drink coffee or soda or water, anything that sustains me. But only drink gravy for the rest of your life. Oh, I love drinking stuff so much. Not liquor at all, but any other beverage. I feel like this could be worked around. But this one eliminates the pleasure of having nice, good, cold beverages at your side. So I'm going to go with the stuffing. Because you could minimize the stuffing and just get a blender, blend up some healthy stuff. I could use that. I could be healthier. That might be a good lifestyle, actually. Just minimize the stuffing. Would you rather have hemorrhoids for a whole week of hiking, or have awful diarrhea during a week of vacation with your new in-laws? We had a diarrhea question last time, and like that question, this one doesn't specify how long the diarrhea is, right? Again, it could just be a thing of like, excuse me, gotta go to the bathroom, be right back. You have the bad, awful diarrhea. Then you go back and check out your in-laws and say, hey, how's it going? What's the conversation about? So, yeah, this question, hackable. Very, very hackable. So simple. You people are not thinking this one through. It's so easy. Adopt a tiger or adopt a monkey. So, would you rather die or die? Both of these animals could be highly dangerous. Well, a tiger, you're dead. If you don't know what you're doing, a tiger will kill you. Monkey, I was thinking initially like chimp or ape, but monkey's a little broader of a scope. Like you get a little spider monkey, like one of the little ones, right? So yeah, it's safer. And again, I wouldn't know what I'm doing, but at least I'm probably safe. So, and also it just sounds cool. You know, I love quacking monkey lizards from Star Wars. I mean, if you've seen my player display channel, you know all about that. But yeah, a monkey would be more fun to screw around with other people. Would you rather drink a shot of vodka through your nose? I've tried vodka for my first time New Year's because my mom thought it would help my cold. And I was not pleased. I tried a swig. I did not enjoy it. Not that she drinks at all. She just had like a bottle for emergencies in case someone was sick. But yeah, I do not like vodka. I don't understand the Russians at all. Or have a shot of hot sauce through your mouth. I like spicy stuff. And it would suck for a while. And again, it's not saying like what degree of spiciness. Like it could be like, is it mild or is it like California Reaper or Ghost Pepper? There's all types of spices. So you could just go mild and it'd be like, ugh, that's gross. And then 5 minutes later, you're okay. You get a nice ice cream. It'll cleanse your palate. So that's a pretty simple one. Yeah. Hate vodka. Hot sauce. There's workarounds. So that's good. Would you rather be able to change colors like a chameleon? So basically change nationalities? Or hold your breath underwater for an hour? I don't see a benefit in changing colors on command. I don't see many situations where that'd be useful. I mean, it's not gonna be like Predator where you... Well, it says like a chameleon. So... not quite invisibility necessarily, but camouflage. So camouflage, we can say here, versus underwater breathing, though for limited time. Now, I would initially want to select the underwater breathing, because that just sounds cool. You can swim underwater for as long as you want. But at the same time, water is scary. Like, I'll go in a pool, I'll go in, like, the shallows of an ocean for a little while. But I'm not going to go deep sea diving. I don't care how long I can breathe. Underwater is scary. I don't want to be down there. I had an oceanography class in high school. I learned about quite a few horrors that rattles my bones even. So, again, I don't know what I do with the camouflage. Again, I'm not a sneaky person, but it might be useful. It might be fun just to like, hey guys, look at me. I'm blending in with the piano. Sure. Okay, let's go with the camouflage. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Would you rather have only one best friend for the rest of your life or have 10 best friends that live in other countries? One best friend. I've always operated on like a 1 to 3 friend at a time policy. Not really policy, just circumstance. But I've always found that if my friend capacity gets too high, they start dropping off for one reason or another. Usually good reasons, enough said. But yeah, having just one solid friend who you could be romantically involved with, sounds great. I don't need anyone else. Just the one fine. Although I respect the other option too, because then you can learn from their experiences in other nations, and that can make you more worldly without having to travel. So there's value in both, but for me, just one person, that's fine. I can deal with that. Would you rather be on your phone all day? No. Or go outside and play all day? Also, no. Alright, now I'm thinking about this a little more. Be on your phone all day? I guess I kind of do that anyways. I guess when I first read be on your phone, I thought phone calls? Not necessarily. You could be watching videos all day. Again, for a single day, it doesn't specify like too long. It just says all day for one day. So yeah, I could do that. In fact, I probably already have. So yeah, go outside and play. With who and doing what? Yeah, if I'm going to go outside, I'm going to be walking. That's all I do. I'm not going to be jumping around or nothing. Would rather kill one innocent person or kill 5 people who committed minor crimes? This has very much trolley problem vibes to it, if you know anything about that. Kill one innocent person. Now, when you do either of these, what are the consequences that come afterwards? Is it going to be the same consequences no matter which one you choose? Or will you go to jail if you kill the innocent, but be let go if you kill the criminals? So the more moral thing, by default, is to kill the people who have committed the crimes. Minor crimes, like just theft, GTA, basic stuff. But killing an innocent person, I wouldn't want to do that either, because they didn't do anything to me. I'd feel worse about this. This one, I guess I could get petty enough. And again, like I mentioned in the previous questions in the last video, I wouldn't prolong their deaths. I make it quick. So quick. No suffering. So, yeah, I guess I'd go with that. But I wouldn't want to kill an innocent person. Yeah, so nice that most people agree with me, but again, I don't prefer either, necessarily, so. Nor do I have the desire to murder, so. Would you rather have feet for hands or hands for feet? Hands for feet, baby. More things to do. More utilitarian. I can build more things. I can craft more things, pick things up, put things down. That sounds great. I'm gonna go with that. Would you rather be the designated driver and stay sober for a night, or walk... there's my laundry timer. Alright, just a moment. Let me wrap up with this question, and we will wrap up with this video. Would you rather be the designated driver and stay sober for a night, or walk 10 miles home with your whole group of friends? That's a long go. That seems more vacation-y. Well, first of all, I don't want to drive. I don't drive, and I've never wanted to drive. So that crosses this one out. And staying sober, I don't care about the liquor parts, that doesn't mean anything to me. Or walk 10 miles home with your whole group of friends. This sounds like it could be a nice adventure. It could be a thing where you get with a whole bunch of buddies, like during springtime or something like that, and maybe you create like a path going around the state, and you're stopping at hotels in intervals as you go to break up the trail or something like that. Like, it's an extensive trip, and I don't think it's something I'd prefer, but you'd learn a lot from your buddies, from other people you meet, so that could be pretty cool. I don't know. So I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more possibilities here. This one, I see no thrill there, so let's do one more. Did we get this one already? We got already one similar. Alright, I'll be a bloodsucker. Let's just go with that. That one doesn't count. I want to do one more good question. Alright, here we are. Have an unlimited supply of ice cream or have a popular ice cream flavor named after you. Ooh, well, people would think I'm a fat ass, although I am. Although you will definitely become a fat ass if you have an unlimited supply of ice cream. Well, if you have ice cream or any food named after you, that usually means that you're respected, you're honored, you did something good and nice for other people, for your community, for your planet, for the economy, whatever. So, just on the fact that this would mean that I did something good, I'm gonna go with having an ice cream named after me. Let's do that. And, you guys aren't thinking outside of the box. You could do some good stuff. Got food named after you, you're a good person. Wouldn't you rather be a good person than be, like, limp wide? I mean, think about that. I hate to use blunt terminology here, but think this one through here. But that being said, I think I am going to go check out my laundry, and with that, that concludes this round of Would You Rather. I like these, they're nice and simple. Again, we're going to do half an hour instead of an hour. I'm learning to time myself with the clock. Again, I'm not using the Xbox Game Bar anymore, because this new program I'm using, which is called, what is this called? OBS, is so much better. Able to link my face cam to whatever I'm streaming on my screen. So yeah, this was fun. Let me know if you want me to play more, and let me know how you would have answered some of these questions, or post a question to me and I will answer that in the comments, almost definitely, because I don't get a whole ton of comments. So, you know, change things up for me, make things more fun. So all that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed them, please, as per usual, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Also hit the bell, that's also important. Also check down in the description for a few goodies, and that's all I gotta say. So thank you guys very much, rock on, and I'll see you all later.